Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to this Wednesday, the 24th midweekmas day again, and another episode of Draw with Mikey. Today, you can see that I've prepped out and sketched up a really rough guidework figure for Guts from Sword of a Berserk in the original format armor. In fact, I should have thought of this a minute ago. I'm walking away, everybody. Wait for it. Wait for it a little bit longer. All right, I'm back. Yeah, so I'm a massive fan of Berserk. I don't know if this in frame. So I've been reading very, very slowly. My Japanese knowledge is incredibly poor, but I've been reading through Berserk for many a year, and I'm incredibly in love with Kentaro Miura's work, as well as the audio soundtrack to it, as well as the actual manga and stuff is incredible. So basically, last Saturday we did a sexy anime Saturday, which was absolutely fun. It was nice. But it means that instead of a tutorial, I don't have to kind of update on more examples, which means I get to draw whatever the hell I want. And I've decided I want to draw this. So yeah, I sketched it out in pencil so that hopefully whilst I'm talking, I don't end up being so bad at drawing I ruin everything altogether. I gotta ruin everything I touch. So as ever, you guys at home, if you've got the opportunity, get on with your own artwork, have this play in the background, or do whatever it is you want to do. Get yourself a cup of tea or coffee today, actually, because it's been a long old day at work and I'm a little bit sleepy tired, but I need to stay awake and get loads and loads of things done. So Berserk is incredible. If you have never heard of this manga or the anime or the remake of the anime, which was even closer to the manga but still not perfect, then get involved. It is a masterpiece. It will really just change up your situation and thoughts on manga. It's a little bit older, still running intermittently. One issue comes out every several months, but oh man, so bloody good. So here we are, drawing this or having a little go. I need to keep the I'm really conscious I need to have the sketch pad at this kind of weird angle so that let's give this a little bit of a zoomy zoom. We've gotten away with a cheeky bit. Zoomy zoom. Okay, lovely. So anyway, you guys, as ever, what's going on with you? How is the world treating you? Have you all had nice weekends? I bloody well hope so. In this episode, what did I think we were going to talk about? Nothing, obviously, because I don't really prep this stuff. I don't prep this stuff in advance at all. I really never have much of a clue as to what's going on episode to episode. So let's just dive straight into your comments from the previous episode. Mr. Senos says, keep doing this. I need it, but I'm trying to make art. Oh yes, I'm glad it helps out in the background. Kind sir, I hope today you're doing excellent arting. Tim, know your damn business. What are you saying, bruv? Oh yeah, he did finish an inking of a drawing, which he's linked to on DeviantArt. I must go take a look, kind sir, fairly soon. As you guys are probably aware, you can kind of submit your artwork on my Facebook page if you like. I mean, I'm not going to just throw all of it up. I would love to see your art if you want to show it to me. And then some of my very, very favourites will make it onto the Facebook page. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Berserk or what's going on really here in general, let me just tell you that this is a very rare form of this armour. This armour is full of, I think it's called Odd or something like that. Basically, it's kind of full of magic kind of properties and stuff. And it kind of brings out the darker part of you. It's a really special form of armor which is stored underneath a tree belonging to a witch that used to belong to the old king. Oh, anyway, so basically when Guts, the main character from Berserk, and this isn't really a spoiler so I wouldn't worry about it, when Guts puts this armor on, it brings out this whole lone wolf nature in him, and the armor over time takes control of him and it transforms, and the armor itself becomes this black wolf style armor. It's incredible. So this is the actual really rare form of when he first puts it on, and it's still in its original form of a human skull sort of cowl and so on, the shape from the old master. All of this incredible gorget area that's protecting the neck becomes wolf's teeth and stuff. It's so damn good. Such an excellent manga. So yeah, I just wanted to look at the old school form of it, and I'll probably draw some other pictures in the future. Why reduce not? And I like it as well, because the kind of page in the manga where I'm getting this image from, it's a really dark. Like, the majority of this, although I'm outlining it now, is in fact incredibly dark and just steeped in loads of blacks and loads of inking lines and loads of stress and hassle. And I think, like, there's a forest on fire in the background and stuff. So he's really got, like, the mood and the lighting down in a really incredible way for it. I'm going to do my best to recreate a super simple version for you guys at home. Well, really, for me, if anything. You're just welcome along. So, yeah, welcome around my house as ever. Sip of tea! This is our new pattern. Drink tea and read comments. AMV Wonderland. I drew a lot of fairy tale in the beginning. Well done, sir. Wellington. Love you. Love you too, bro. Extra tutorials. Honestly, YouTube helps if you're getting along with tutorials. Yeah. So last episode, I basically asked about how YouTube affects you guys and your art if you're artists on YouTube. Next tutorial says that he finds drawing therapeutic. That's nice. But ask me, what anime has ever given me the creeps or nightmares? I wouldn't... You know what? This is a really weird thing. Personally, and I'll throw this back at everyone, what anime creeped you out if there was one? But I don't really find anime overly creepy. I don't think, personally, anime translates very well in terms of too much of a gore thriller situation. Like, it's really good for driven stories, what I'm into, but I've never found myself overly worried about the well-being of a lot of the characters. Not all. Some anime, like, burst my eyes in tears. But in terms of, like, horror, doesn't really suit it for me as a genre. It's never made me think, oh, that was genuinely scary compared to if I watch a film or something like that. But one that was always a bit creepy was Shiki. Never read the manga. Went straight to the anime when it came out. Good few years back. Where, like, some girl moves to a small town, but also vampires have moved in and they're slowly taking over all the townsfolk. And, like, everyone's kind of like a villager in this. It's a bit of a hick place in the beginning, in the middle of nowhere in this valley. And then, like, the vampires, the outsiders. And then as it goes on, the plot and story sort of stays with the people who get bitten for a while. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're murdering people. But in the end, they become, like, the main ones. And all the villagers are the outsiders. And you end up caring about what happens to the people who are bitten. Even when, you know, they've done murdering people. And the villagers start to take their own back and kill them all. It's really weird. Like, it kind of ends in a really odd rhythm. You didn't realise whose side you're on about the whole thing. So the outsiders become the humans. But that had a kind of, although I wasn't creeped out by it at all, that had a horror nature. And it had, like, this really creepy kind of music, which was like, la, 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 la. You know, that kind of thing. It sounds like I'm struggling to sing the Harry Potter theme tune. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, anyway, that was the one for me. What else are you saying? Marcus Creation. Mikey, you're really talented. Oh, cheers, bro. Thank you very much. But so are you. If that's your own drawing you've done of your avatar, and you've clearly got art skills yourself. Oh, just good to listen to me in the background. Thank you very much, kind sir. It's a pleasure talking in the background of whatever you guys are doing at home. Hey, whatever you're doing at home. Hey, hi. That's just a little shout out to each and every one of you people who are watching this whilst you're trying to get some work done. Just thought I'd get your attention for a minute. Hey, how you guys doing? Cheer up. Have a good Wednesday. So, what else are you guys saying in the comments from the last episode? And remember, guys, this is the Draw with Mikey series is like, we will draw anything, talk about anything, swear, spoiler alert, whatever you want. So, if you guys have got anything to say, or want to talk about, or want me to talk about anything in the next episode, get in the comments below, bro. Just drop some knowledge down there and we'll eventually get round to it. Am I still even on the camera with this drawing? I'm just inching my way along off the side of the screen, for which I do apologise. Let's do our best to stay central as we mark out this character. So many shapes. Anyway, so yeah, what I was going on about is that this armour is so weird. Obviously, it's kind of plates of steel, or is it like this old school material that's not crafted anymore, a bit like, you know, Valerian steel or something like that from Game of Thrones. And it's not just plated and weird, it's almost like a shell or an ancient creature. So it has this really weird throwback to vibe to the design, as if he wanted armor that was almost like mollusk-like, as if it's almost prehistoric in feeling, which is amazing because it throws up the whole idea that it's from a completely different era. Like, this armor has no place existing in the current day and age of Berserk and Guts and his crew, but yet it does as a relic from the past. So its design is different. It doesn't quite fit in. It stands out like that, and I bloody love it for that very sake. So he's done very, very well there. What the hell was I just about to talk about? Completely something not to do with his armor whatsoever. But anyway, the design's cool. It's like a shell. Yeah, so, yeah, and like a shell, like kind of like a trilobite you get in stone or something like that, like a fossil, it's got that old dinosaur throwback vibe to it. I wonder if that was on purpose. Probably. The man's incredibly skilled. Probably had a real good think about it. Although I heard, like, there's actually, like, some old baron or somewhere in ancient Europe, somewhere, I don't know where, who genuinely only had one arm and, like, replaced it with a magnetic mechanical hand to help him hold a sword again or something like that, which is freaking mental. It's pretty badass shit. If I ever lost an arm, I'd get, like, a big black hand made out of lead in a claw, and I just leave it everywhere lying around. Oh, in fact, somebody else mentioned in the comments that I think it's Chantel Wilson, somewhere like this. I kind of tried to have a speed read through before we started. Has broken her left arm. Get well soon, girl. God, I hope you're a girl, unless it's Chantal Wilson. Well done, sir. Get well soon, sir. Get well soon, person, whoever you are. Yeah, he's broken her left arm and has only just realised how much use their left arm had in life. Now that they can't use it anymore. Always the way. C'est la vie. Okay, so let's get this sword coming in. Like so. The reason why I had to prep this in pencil is because when I talk, as a man, I can't really multitask. And when I talk and draw, sometimes it's such an awful result that I thought I'll map out roughly what I'm doing. And then I can talk to my heart's content as my mind sort of subconsciously just follows the kind of guide rules in here. Not strictly the whole drawing, but enough to stop me from just going completely off-piste, off the page, or forgetting what I'm drawing entirely and just, you know, turning it into God knows. Oh, in fact, somebody suggested, I can't even remember what it was. It was a mental request, like, please draw a rock on steroids with a unicorn or some fucking weird shit. And you know what? I might one day draw bloody well anything. So maybe, I mean, next time around we do this, it'll probably be off the back of a tutorial weekend. So I'll probably have to continue with tutorial knowledge. Maybe not. I'll do whatever I want. But yeah, if you guys have got like drawing suggestions, let me know. Let me know indeed. What say you? Comments. Sharon, my first characters were those anime cards for the kids that show the different feelings. Oh, I don't really know those cards, to be honest. That sounds really weird. Sagara027. Very good stuff. Compliments and tutorials. Of course it does, bruv. Oh, and do more tutorials on facial construction and stuff. I will be doing exactly that. Give it time. Don't worry. Miyavi Akira. Hello, Mikey. Hello, Miyavi. I've learned so much from your art tutorials. Because of your art, I've become much more confident. Oh, awesome. Really pleased. First character you ever drew was Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist. My goodness. You know what? Sip of tea. How did I do this? I think I started watching Fullmetal Alchemist. I've never read the manga. And then I was kind of in and out. This is years and years and years ago. And then I sort of stopped watching it. And then, like, they released Brotherhood, which is kind of like, I'm assuming, a remake closer to the manga. And I tried watching a bit of that, and I remember thinking, this is exactly the same thing that I've watched. And obviously, I appreciate it's not. The animation is probably better. And the story follows the manga arc, where I think the original animation had to make up its own ending or something really lame like that. So I would like to get into it again, but God, just so much of your time goes into being with, like, is it Alfonso Eric and his brother and stuff? Like, you really have to dedicate your time to anime and manga these days. You get really sucked in. It's a real roller coaster. You only want to make sure you're doing it for the right ones these days. It's like a relation. It is like a weird relationship. You commit to it, and then you have feelings about it, and then eventually it's gonna end. Oh, that's a really dark way to look at it. It's just like a relationship, man. It ends. Anime with Mikey. Oh. So let's get this little codpiece thing in here, and there's loads of these lines that come down on this inside, probably on the same here, and the armor starts again up this part of the thigh. So yeah, all these organic lines and curves. It's almost, but not quite, as if H.R. Giger or H.R. Geiger was asked to design like some medieval armor. I feel like he'd come up with something a little bit similar to this, although he'd probably draw a lot more penises and vaginas into the picture, because he just bloody loved doing that. Sadly passed away, but Geiger, for those of you not aware, is a guy who came up with the original design the original design, I should say, for the xenomorph alien from the famous film Alien and its famous sequel Aliens, and Alien 3, the film that got made, and Alien 4. God, the apology, that was even worse. And then Alien, what was the one that's before the Aliens with the engineers? It's got Idris Elba in it. Oh, I forget what it's called. You know, oh, Prometheus. There we go. Although Geiger wasn't really involved in that, I don't think. Or maybe he was, actually. I'm kind of made an assumption there. Anyway, let me know in the comments. These legs, so many leg lines. Anyway, what else is happening, you lovely people? Craft Gaming, hello. Oh yeah, talking about wanting to do a joint series and stuff. We'll see, sir. We'll see. Havoc Rika. Do a clothing tutorial, please. Creases and stuff. Yes, sir. Added to the list. Don't you worry. And Azuela Ivari talking about a gender bender Mikey Mega Mega. Female anime Mikey Mega Mega fan art thing. Yeah, sure. Dude, if you want to do that, it's good on you. It's weird and creepy. I've had a couple requests, basically, for those of you not want to know, to do a female Mikey for the Sexy Anime Saturdays, or like do it at least in one of these Draw Mikey things. And yeah, I'm kind of holding off at the moment in doing that because it's kind of an odd topic. But I should bite the bullet and I should draw myself as a sexy female character. But I'm such a beautiful, sexy man, I don't understand how I could possibly improve on what God's given me at the moment. Right. So let's get this in. Let's get that up there. Forget what these are called. Maybe rondels, but round the joints, or rondels up here to protect the inside of the armpit. Basically, it's been a long time since I was quizzed on the anatomy of armor. Stroke never, because no one gets asked that sort of stuff. Unless they're doing war reenactment or something. But basically, kind of like that. Then this leg has got more serrated plates that go down into this area here. It's really thin just under the knee joint for movement. And then it just drops out into some big daddy style greaves. Bish. Bash. Bosh. Alright, and a cheeky bish bash bosh up here as well. Kind of like that. And around the back. Kind of like this, but down here. Kind of like this, but down here and up. Like so. Perfecto. And by perfect, I mean not perfect at all. Really rough. I use perfect quite wrongly. Okay, so that's most of the arms and stuff and ting. Let's get this other arm in on the right. God, it's just you guys slowly watching all these weird shapes. Trust me, once I add some ink to this, this is going to be one badass son of a gun. Badger Play says, hopefully you'll be able to quit your job and YouTube full time. I would love to do that. Although I think doing it full time would be too much. Like, I love drawing. Like, I genuinely love it with all my heart. Because it's fun for me and I can do it whenever I want. If it became my full-time job, I might actually not love it anymore because I'd be like, oh man, I've got to draw something for deadline. Oh, I'm really stressing out. Although I do that anyway for commissions. And I always bite off more than I can chew and I'm always up all night trying to get stuff done on time. But it would be my dream. I said this back to you, didn't I? That if I did enough tubing of the Ube, as professionals call it, YouTubing, and like got enough like support on Patreon and stuff, I would love to dedicate an entire weekday to making drawing videos and tutorials on YouTube, and basically just work 4 days a week in the office instead of 5. That would be amazing. That would actually be my dream. So something like that. If I ever reach a point where I'm earning enough to work part-time 4 days a week, then you'll know that I'm one happy chappy. Gotta make the dream happen, gotta believe. So get all your friends to subscribe and all that sort of thing. We'll slowly make the journey there together. Yes, yes. Okay, really big powerful greaves on this arm. And it's going to drop down into El Shapo del Lovo. Something like so. So, just going to drop these lines in here now. Loads of folds. I think I've been overzealous how many there are. Right on the back of the hand before it goes into the knuckle joints. Like that. And I think it comes in here. Again, there's so many shapes and angles. The original mangaka behind this dude he's really incredible. And I just can't imagine how much time he spends on every page is just too much time, basically. You know that he definitely hasn't seen his children in a while. Like, God knows, his daughter's gone off to college and she did really well and she's met a boyfriend and stuff. They wanted to come home for Christmas to see their dad. And he has no idea what's going on. Like, he has spent all of his time in his office getting his drawings done. Like, every single waking hour. His wife has left him. He hasn't even noticed. The bed's empty, but he hasn't gone home to check on her for ages. That's why the relationship's dead. He's spending all of his time drawing. This isn't a true story. I have no idea what a relationship status of people who draw all the time is. But I bet it's not freaking amazing. Because if you love your hobby too much, like if you spend all your time with your hobby and like really like it, your girlfriend is not going to like that. Or boyfriend, or, you know, cat that you feel really strongly about. We've talked about the cat before. Everyone has a cat in their life that they love. Unless you hate animals. Celebi. Don't know why I nearly broke that out into song. Okay, let's read some more comments. This is always a bad sign when I start almost singing. XX Energy Gamer. I know you make a lot of girls and women where you draw, but you think one day you can make a male anime body tutorials? Of course I can. Eventually, it's just going to take time. Chrissy Leaks. Oh, Cheesy Leaks. Oh, stalking me on a weird Facebook fan page. Oh, okay, that's cute. I guess kitten is a cat, to be honest. I'd rather draw feet than hands. You're disgusting. Because you don't need to glance once in a while to draw them. Yeah, maybe. And what else? 6.5 out of 10, yeah. Oh, wait, okay. So, I had like a... Where did I leave it? I really should prepare for these episodes way more than I do. But I don't, so screw it. More topics. What else? Oh, yeah. 6.5 out of 10 IGN said... I love how there's an obvious increase to your skill. Well, thank you very much, sir. Yes, doing lots of YouTubing has forced me to get better. The early day anime drawings to now, the early tutorials to now, slowly improving. Like, I wouldn't even notice it except for being able to go back now and compare things. Thanks to the power of recorded technology, everything is forever. Every single thing you say is being recorded for the rest of your life. Absolutely. Let's get this up. Down there. So he's got like this raggedy robe thing that's all old and filthy and tattered. I think it might have come with the armor from where he found it. Basically, it's a freaking mess. Okay, sweet. So we've got like a really basico designo. And I'm just going to take this as an opportunity now to just make most of it black. Fill this in. So we will be using a Sharpie marker. Going to need you, sir, today. Going to be doing a lot of work. Maybe this fine liner. Maybe that's going to be for later on. And, Duzel asks, what are some of your favourite YouTubers? Sip of tea. Coffee. Wow, so it doesn't have to be involving art. That's a great question. All of you guys, what are your favourite YouTubers? Don't say Mikey. No, how dare you. But, seriously, like, I wouldn't say these are great YouTubers. Well, not detracting from them. And they might not even be my world's favourite, because I might just forgotten about them. But I'll tell you about YouTube channels that I'm currently watching, at least. But I sort of will try to just check out what they're up to. Firstly, even more than before, is probably Glass Reflections. That guy Tristan, or Arcada as he's called, or whatever. Like, he does anime reviews. And if you sink too far into his channel, you'll end up looking at some really old reviews, which are just... I mean, I hat off to your work, sir, but some of his old reviews are just terrible. You watch him and you just think, oh my god, who is that man? But other than that, his reviews and channels and what he does over there is really freaking good. Maybe I should try zooming in this instance. Oh, there we go. Super close, my friends. For a cheeky few moments of super up closery. Let's just get down focus with the autofocus button. I'm going to try to keep the pad here and try to just keep my hand away from the face so you can have something to look at. Yeah, so I really like that. I really like watching his anime reviews because life is short and I used to just, like I was saying earlier, get into any old anime for the hell of it. Now I need to be really selective. I'll try to only watch anime that's been highly recommended or is like a remake of something I already know and love or just has something about it that says I have to definitely check it out. I won't just dive straight in randomly now, which is why, sadly, I'm probably not going to watch the original Fate Stay Night, or at least the 2006, I think, release, because I ended up watching Unlimited Blade Works, and that was such a feast for the eyes of amazing fight scenes and animation that I'm not going to have the time in my life to go back, which is a shame, and I think Tristan in Glass Reflections talks very specifically about not doing exactly that. But it's too late. I did. And therefore we have to live our lives knowing that I have. Okay, and what else am I watching? Oh yeah, like, obviously, I don't know, like, my whole point of this channel was basically do whatever I want, and then I just hope you happen to like it. Turns out a lot of you did, so brilliant. And then what's kind of come off of that is that I love drawing, so I really love it if you guys got into drawing. So that's kind of like the vibe. The channel's supposed to be like a really friendly place for anyone to turn up. Obviously, it would be a little bit rude. But, you know, you can just come along and hang out and all that sort of stuff. That being said, what I really like watching is Leafy is Here videos. Like, he just takes a piss out of people all the time and roasts them and just looks at YouTube videos that are just pure cringe and then throws up to them and stuff like that. So yeah, Leafy stuff. He's like a massive YouTuber. I do quite like a lot of that. Can't help myself. What else have we got? Yeah. What else have we got over here? Video man. Cheers, bro. Can you do different angles for leg drawers? Yes. And Kaido Galbin used to draw Hestia from Is It Okay to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon back in the day. Zioken likes feet. That's weird. Nice for you. Art Pitt was drawing Poison. Last draw of Mikey. What are you drawing this time, sir? Let me know. Poison Ivy, maybe? I think that's who it is. Chantel talking about her broken arm. Well done. You are correct indeed. And Mark Rubino is now addicted to feet, following the feat we did in the last tutorial. Well, that's, you know, whatever floats your boat, mate. No worries at all. Glad to have created an addiction in someone. That is weird. Like a drugs pusher or a foot vendor. Who vends feet these days? Where do you buy feet if you wanted them on a black market? I did not. No. I shouldn't, ever. It's for society, not for me. Okay. What the hell am I doing here? So I'm just trying to get in, like, a measure of dark, but this guy's work is so detailed in all these various places, it's going to be hard to work this in. A lot of these are, like, actually just worked lines, like so. I'm just going to have to do this for ages. Oh, but this takes freaking ages. But it's the only way to draw it correctly. These are the troubles that go on in my mind. How do I draw this? Will it take ages? And can I draw it quicker and easier? And if not, then that's sad. But most of these dark zones have literally just been lined in. Oh, this is the time lapse for this episode, guys. Will obviously just be like a minute or two for you guys. It is going to be most of my evening, I can tell. This Wednesday video is going to go up late. Let's finish. Get that in there. Yeah, I kind of get the idea of what I'm going to do here. So this will be another area of darkness as well. Let's just get that all in. Line it up to there. Bring it to there. And then kind of, just remember we're going to follow it all the way around. So whatever areas. I need to think about what areas of this pose are completely black. And then I can kind of grow out from there. So this whole zone is completely black. Let's say, this is how you kind of have to do it. This is how you have to speed up sometimes. This whole zone is completely black here. Lovely. And then all around here. Is going to be black as well. So wherever these lines just form in, this zone all here will be nice and dark. So let's get this off as an example. I've just obviously blocked out a load of areas really randomly. It means that I can jump back in the old Sharpie marker, mark it darker, and just fill that in, seeing as this is such a rough and ready thing anyway. So this whole zone that I've just mentioned about, brilliant. Go to black. Black as the night. So yeah, not much to discuss this episode, as you guys have noticed. Just chilling out and drawing and doing a thing in the background. And, oh, if you guys, I'm assuming by now you've all watched Deadpool at the cinemas. What did you guys think? I thoroughly enjoyed that film. I must be honest. They did very, very well in my book. Especially in the beginning where it's just like directed by some asshats and produced by talentless wankers or something like that. It was just really, really good overall. Did very, very well. Do like the pool McDead. Okay, so now I'm just kind of jumping straight in with all these larger black areas. It really stops me from being too timid. That's what it's all about, guys. On the page. Forces me just to commit with loads of lines that I might not have done so otherwise. Let's get that in there, get that in there. All along this edge around here, it's in darkness. And why not just outline the top zones of this helmet like so. Really give it some pump. Intimidating. And then off in here as well, it's going to be a lot of black to about this zone. And then up in here, some more black like that. And again, now what I can do is drop back down to the pen and just fill this all in a little bit to give it some worth. So I'm going to go fill in this whole kind of zone of light and shadow that we've just played around with here. Make sure that we've got it all nice and correct. So back onto this pen, back round here, and start to just darken up this whole picture accordingly. That's like so. This whole area up around here is actually mostly dark as well. Nice. Also along this surface. This is what I'm going on about. The majority of this entire character is in fact dark. How's it looking? Dark and or black. It's all about mapping out the areas of lights and dark. A fun exercise to do from time to time. Again, row Carol areas like so. There's loads. Excellente, excellente. This area as well going to be much darker, and this whole zone as well. So basically, this armor, I think, is actually black armor. That's how it's kind of written into the story to be. So it comes off with its own really dark, macabre vibe at some points. Very, very nice. As it is nasty. Sweet. Let's get there. All these areas now. Whisk out the points at right. Again, just bring it all in darker wherever we need to. Just gonna drop in some even dark zones like so. Lovely. Okay, so I've completely stopped talking about whatever our topics were and just, started mumbling to myself and drawing all the way off to the top left of the screen. Let's zoom out a touch then. Go on then. There you go. And what we're going to do is work our way down from here. Seeing as I think I've answered all of your comments. Yes, for the most part. And what have I talked about? Oh, yeah, I was only talking about favourite YouTubers. And I've mentioned 2, I think. What else? Epic Rap Battles of History. That's always a winner. Do I have opinions on PewDiePie? Yes, I do. And personally, I don't really mind him. He's a bit of a character. Which can be a bit annoying. But in terms of as a person, he seems absolutely fine. I don't know him, so I don't mind. What else do I watch on YouTube? Oh, really sad, everybody. I'll tell you what I watch on YouTube. What I do is, if I've kind of done my work for the day, I'll put on a Watch Mojo episode, and it'll be just their standard mindless gunk, like, oh, and now we're going to talk about top 5 animes that really used the keyboard too much. Or, here's our top 10 films where a stand-in actor caught the cold on the 3rd day, and then it would just list that out. But I leave that stuff on in the background without thinking about it, and that will just play video after video after video after video. And I just think, yeah, that'll do. And then eventually it's time for bed. Brilliant. So that's kind of what I'm watching. Can you guys recommend some YouTube channels? Hello there, you sir. You sir doing your own work in the background. That's right, you sir who's left for a Draw of Mikey episode on. Recommend YouTube channels, please. Good ones only. What are you guys watching? And if it's good, can I watch it too? So, that being said, I really think we should drop into a time lapse. You guys can watch this get filled in more and more. I might only do the main bit, because otherwise it's going to take for frickin' ages. And I'll see you beautiful people at the end. Well, hello there, friends, and welcome back. So, this is probably only just a couple minutes of time-lapse for you guys. For me, that was a solid hour of solvent abuse. I have been sniffing the hell out of this Sharpie pen as I've been drawing, and oh my god, I feel like I'm just tripping balls. Like, I don't know whatever you're seeing right now, that is not what Mikey is seeing. Now, when we do really big kind of like dark batches of stuff, it's nice to get this cheeky white gel pen into the mix, if it still works. It's been a while since I've used it, to kind of use to bring back some highlighted areas. I do like this for a bit of fun. And we're almost there to the end of the episode, everybody, so thank you very much for following along. Do click subscribe, or, you know, click my icon, it's down there somewhere. But otherwise, you know, get in the comments, let me know what we're going to discuss next time, and, you know, how things going with you, brah. What's going on in your world? I would love to know. This has been another casual drawing with Mikey session, but I'm just going to talk my way out, basically, whilst I'm whiting up these white areas. White is right, if the Ku Klux Klan are to be believed. And they're not. They're a nasty bunch of people. But, you know, just in case, don't throw all ideas out the window. What about you guys? Now, I've just been quietly doing this during that time-lapse bit whilst playing loads of music on YouTube in the background. Now that the music stopped, it's suddenly like uber quiet in here, and I'm just like, hey you guys. Actually, this white fine liner pen is a great tool just to bring back the white edges in this. Oh, I'm going to remember to use this in the future for other pieces of work. Look at those white lines coming out of nowhere. Oh my god, this is... I should have known this before, but this is the best ever thing. I'm going to have to add this to all of my darker pieces. Let's get loads of sheer white edge in a load of areas. That'll help give a lot of this a load of kick and bump. Just dropping some play under here, really mix it up. Yeah. Why not? Not too much. And what about here? I'm just looking for other light areas that should be on the armor, like edge of his hand. That's cool, but some stronger white play down this side where it catches the light. Why reduce not? As well as it's highlighting here, and here. Oh, maybe this episode's going to run a bit long whilst you guys just listen to me mumble to myself. So as ever, I just want to say I bloody love you guys. What should we talk about whilst I'm doing this? The channel's growing, as ever. Did I mention in a few episodes ago I'm going to YouTube meetings now, like Creator Academy stuff? Basically, YouTube invite me along to go to things, which is really cool, seeing as I'm not partnered with anybody else. I'm direct with YouTube, and it's all about, well, all their guidelines was create a regular series for your channel. It's a really good way to kind of grow, and as long as you enjoy it, it should be a lot of fun. So my idea was obviously this random drawing and talking with Mikey situation, which is the least professional thing I've ever done in my life. But you know what? I bloody love it, and I love having you guys along for a journey. So do stick around for more of this type of thing. Certainly going to be cracking on with more of it as time goes on. So I do here? Just get an inside. There we go. Yes, yes, my pretties. Now we see. Now we have the separate areas for the fingers coming out. A treat. Thanks to white highlighter pen. Yes. A beautiful pen after all. This is... I mean, I don't know about you guys doing your own work at home, but using a white highlighter, now that I've done all the black area, it is pleasing me immensely. Okay, I shouldn't just be pleased on camera. Oh my god, that sounds so wrong. Be pleased on camera for my own benefit. So I'll say goodbye to you lovely people. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. As ever, get in the comments below. Let me know what is going on. I hope you all have lovely lives, and I'll see you next time around. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye.